Baghamunda is a small village on the outskirts of the core forest area of Satkosia Tiger Reserve. If you want to stay close to the forest during your visit, this is the place for you. There is a nature camp in Baghamunda where you can stay or can make a day trip from nearby Satkosia nature camps, like what we did. As you see, it is on the west side of the Angul to Tikarpara road and halfway through. If you search for its location in Google Maps, then you should mention Baghamunda, Satkosia, as there are similarly named places elsewhere which are more popular. Please note, this is Baghamunda and not Baghamunda. If you then click direction in Google Maps, it will show a road that avoids the forest and approaches the area from back through north to its side. It's around 55 kilometers and takes around 1.5 hours. This is the road we took on our return journey to Angul rail station. However, you must take the road which goes through the forest so that you can experience and enjoy the jungle and try your luck for any wildlife sightings, especially in the early or late in the day. Red line is the forest road we took thanks to Sunil Kumar Shahu, who was our driver cum guide. You will find the road around 8 kilometers north of Puranakot on the Tikarpara to Angul road. As you reach Baghamunda, you should drive past the Baghamunda nature camp and take the right lane, which is opposite to the village. The road was incomplete when we visited and ended near a hillock. As pointed out by the red line, you should be birding around this lane and then follow the green line to climb the hillock for birding and landscape photography. We went to the Baghamunda from Puranakot side and drove through the tarred road through the Sal forest, so typical of Satkosia Wildlife Sanctuary. This is the place where you need to leave the main road and take the red soil road towards Baghamunda. If you do not have a local driver, then have a picture of this place so that you know where to exit the main road. Please note, most likely you won't have any internet signal, and if somehow you do get that, Google Maps will not suggest this road to you. Initially, the jungle was light, but as you continue to drive, it would become denser. I thoroughly enjoyed this journey through the forest and will highly recommend it to others. Often we go to forest to see birds or wildlife, but the forest in itself is a wonder of Mother Nature and worth the visit. Anything else you see is a plus. We were driving through the core area. It was early afternoon with a lot of sunshine around, but still a major part of the forest was under shadow due to heavy vegetation. Keep an eye for the wildlife like elephant, gaur, deer and even leopard, as all are present in this area and frequently seen. You must be ready with the camera, as they might not give a lot of time to take pictures. If you have seen the video on Satkosia Night Safari in my channel, this is the exact route the bus takes. However, it is not allowed to drive private car at night. If you are interested, you must contact Sunil and take the bus safari at night. We were late and short of time as we wanted to spend some time in Baghamunda. Hence, we drove through the forest quickly. I suggest when you go there, please listen to bird calls and make a more relaxed ride, which will increase your odds of seeing wildlife in this core area. However, we did stop at the place where you saw the brown fish owl during the night safari. My experience in many other jungles showed me the owl generally stays close to the same area and are easy to spot in the daytime. But in this case, we couldn't find it. It was a wonderful experience to see the sun sparkling through the gaps of the trees. We did hear a lot of bird calls but decided not to stop due to shortage of time. On the checkpost, you need to take the straight road ahead. The left side road was taken during night safari. If you have doubt, please speak to the guard in the checkpost. We finally arrived at the target area. Here is how it looked then. Found a huge tree that touched the sky. As I was looking above, I saw a few Asian palm swifts flying around. Suddenly, saw a few pigeons flew past and vanished behind the trees. I started searching where they perched and followed the pigeons to find a tree full of fruits. The tree was full of pigeons. While most were busy eating these fruits, many were flying back and forth. Guess they might have their nests elsewhere and were carrying the fruits for their chicks. I saw mostly green imperial pigeon and yellow-footed green pigeon, with both roughly in equal numbers. But the overall count was very high. The tree was a bit far and I left my binoculars at the car. It was not easy to track and ID each bird. I suddenly saw a pair of birds flew past me which seemed like pale-capped pigeon, but I could not take any picture of it, nor could find any other in the tree. If you go to this area, please scan all fruiting trees and what birds might be there. Many species of pigeons are seen in Orissa. Pale-capped pigeon, yellow-footed green pigeon, orange-breasted green pigeon, thick-billed green pigeon, green imperial pigeon, and not to mention the rock pigeons we see everywhere. With so many varieties of trees and habitats, I think we should see most of them in Satkosia. It was getting late to go to the final destination, which is the hillock top. This is the road we took, which goes past the building you see in the front. You will arrive at this bare rock area, which you need to climb and go to the top. The path is around 30 to 40 degrees steep. I won't call it a rock climbing as I walked all along and didn't need to hold any rock to lift myself up. However, it's a bit steep walk for sure, and anyone with acute knee pain should do it carefully. As I stopped to catch some breath, a late-wattled lapwing walked past me and went towards the other side, showing it was accustomed to humans. Since the surface is rough, you won't slip easily, but any fall can be really bad. So we should take our time while going up and not hurry. As you go to the top, you will feel like as if a new world slowly revealing itself. It is surrounded by hills in the far and covered by dense forest all around, and you are in the middle of it. Due to its height and absence of any nearby obstructions, you can see things in the far. on the southwest side, you will be able to see the hills we saw from Sunset Point. Please check that video in my channel to see that wonderful place. This is a fantastic place to take landscape photographs. If possible, please carry a tripod and that would help. With a binocular or even better a spotting scope on the tripod, you will be able to scan the entire area and find many more species than what we could see in bare eye or through camera. As we were scanning the area, my attention was drawn to a moving object on ground that I could see through a hole in the vegetation. It was a red jungle fowl female. It looked around and walked inside the forest. A faint but known call then drew my attention to a coppersmith barbet on a bare tree a bit far. On a different branch of the same tree, then saw another small bird. It was so far, it was tough to ID. From behavior, it seemed like a woodpecker. To make my task easier, it flew to a tree closer to me and faced the golden lights of the sun. It was brown-capped pygmy woodpecker, which spent some time on the nearby trees, and I could take some more pictures. It was getting dark and I felt it was time for me to leave the place. I scanned around one last time and said goodbye to the Satkosia hills. The hillock top area is a fantastic place to take sunrise and sunset pictures. However, other visitors left earlier and I was the only person there. I felt rocky areas like this were a favorite resting spot for leopards and it wouldn't be safe to stay there alone and risk coming back in dark. Hope the viewers can form a group of people and enjoy the sunrise and sunset from the Baghamunda hilltop area. Please post those images in the comments so that I can see it through your eyes. As a compensation, I sat on the west side of the car and enjoyed the sunset from the moving car as we rode towards Angul rail station. Baghamunda is an unexplored beauty of Satkosia and I strongly encourage all to go and spend a day there. I was the first to submit an eBird checklist for this hotspot, but I'm sure with time the count will go up and we'll know what other birds we can see there. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and watch many similar videos on birding and nature, especially my series on different birding spots in Satkosia. Thanks for watching.